Here I am, head in the bed, back by popular demand. People have been saying, hey, the cat's man, hey, Yaosio, where's head in the bed? Well, here he is. He's back, and he's ready to take your requests, and your pokes, and your subscriptions, and your Mary Kay catalogs, and your United airline tickets and seats. And I'll do whatever I feel like with them. So today I wanted to talk about economics. So, you might have noticed that I like memes. But it's hard to make memes. There's lots of memes. And the meme market has crashed. So I was thinking we should seize the memes of production. What do you guys think? I guess that's a pretty good idea. Glad we all agree on that. So now that we're done with that topic, let's talk about Star Trek. So this is another idea with Picard and Riker. This time they're in 10 forward, and they're getting, they think they're getting drunk, but they're actually drinking synthahol. But Guinan is telling them, oh, by the way, if you hear that, that's my cat burping. If you can't hear it, don't worry about it. Anyway, Guinan's in there, and she says, hey guys, this stuff will get you real drunk. And of course, Picard and Riker, they love being drunk, especially Riker. And they say, sure, let's have some. And they keep drinking it and drinking it and drinking it. And they're getting drunk, but they don't know it's synthahol. And so they're acting like they're drunk. And they're hitting on all the space babes, including Guinan, even though she used to be a nun in Sister Act. This Whoopi Goldberg, by the way. And so they're hitting on everybody. And then a call comes in from the bridge. And for some reason it's Troy. Why in the world she's calling him to the bridge, I don't know. But she says, Copton, the Ferengi are calling. It's another comedy episode. Jesus. God, can't get enough of those, huh? So he goes up there and says, this is your Captain Picard. What do you want? And the Ferengi says, hi, we would like to sell you some stuff. And Picard says, oh, what do you want to sell me? And the Ferengi says, well, we would like to sell these things that let you test if something's alcohol or synthahol or not. And they're like, and Guinan, well, she, for some odd reason, she followed Picard in there, and she's like, uh-oh. And Picard says, oh, I know the difference between synthahol and alcohol. And then Guinan's in the background going, uh-oh, still. And Riker says, Captain, my beard wants some of that. It sounds like a great deal. And then the captain says, number one, number one. Okay. How much do you want, Ferengi? What do you want for it? And the Ferengi says, oh, we'll just come onto your ship and we'll just take whatever we feel like. And Picard says, oh, all right. And so the Ferengi come onto the ship and they start stripping out all the holodeck emitters. And then Picard says, well, why are you taking all the holodeck emitters out? And the Ferengi says, well, we need it for our showers. Because Ferengi don't have room for showers. They just have room for holodeck showers. And Picard says, oh, yeah, you guys do stink. And then Picard just falls over. And then Guinan says, Captain, you're not actually drunk. That was synthahol, not alcohol. And the captain says, Guinan, I knew that. I was just trying to trick you. To teach you a lesson. And then he gives a really long speech. And then after Guinan leaves and the Ferengi put all the stuff back, that's all resolved off screen. Riker says, Captain, no, wait, that's Troy that says Captain. Riker says, Captain, how did you know that it was synthahol? Not even my beard knew it was synthahol. And the Picard says, I didn't actually know. I lied. And then it turns out that Riker was actually Q the entire time. And then Q says, Captain, I had no idea you would like to lie like me. And actually, Hughes never actually lied, despite the fact that Picard says he has lied. He hasn't. Watch the show. Watch every episode of the Q, and you're going to notice he doesn't lie. Very, very interesting that Picard got that wrong. Anyway, he says, wow. That's Q says the Picard says, well, yeah, you were drunk, even though you thought you were drunk, even though you weren't. And you're lying to cover it up. And then Picard says, yeah, I guess you're right, I shouldn't do that. And then it turns out it's not Q, because Picard wakes up and he's just having a nightmare. And that episode will be written by Rick Berman, which is why it was so awful and dumb. Man, I can't believe it took until 2006 to get rid of him. That was after Enterprise finally got canceled. Man, the guy just did not know what he was doing. Just one awful episode after the next. Speaking of that, I was watching Enterprise, and one episode, the time traveling guy Daniel says, "Oh, look, the timeline's being restored to what it should be." But the Xindi still attacked Earth and killed all those people. So no, the timeline wasn't restored to what it should be. And Daniel said that it wasn't supposed to happen. So they just let that happen. And then the next season happens and they forget about it. There's like one episode about it. And that's the end of it. Actually, no. There's a completely pointless World War II two-parter. Because you can't have Star Trek without random World War II episodes in it. Original series. Voyager. Enterprise. I don't know if DS9 had it. Trying to think. They talked about World War II on the holodeck, but that doesn't count. TNG. No, they didn't have anything about World War II. Anyway, crap. What was I talking about? World War II. Oh man. This is what happens when you're really smart like me. Just forget about things all the time. It makes your nose itch. Anyway, I was talking about, how the timeline wasn't restored, even though Daniel said the timeline was restored. And I don't even know who wrote for that episode. No, Rick Berman was the writer. He's oh man. Oh yeah, the World War II episodes, and then they just completely forget about it. There's one episode about it, and then that's the end of it. Apparently, everybody just forgot it happened. But why didn't they reset the timeline like he said they did? They just let all those 7 million people die? Wouldn't that completely change everything? Apparently not. Apparently nothing changed at all because of that. Absolutely nothing. Everything went exactly as it did before, except without the 7 million people. Cats and dogs and birds. And you would think vaporizing all that stuff would throw a lot of stuff up into the air, but I guess it didn't. It just vanished. And another cool thing about that episode is the water from the ocean didn't rush in to fill in the gigantic hole in Florida. I bet Rick Berman had something to do with that. No clue what he's doing. I'm a better Star Trek writer than Rick Berman. Rick Berman would try to put a story on No Sleep on Reddit, and he'd be banned for writing such a terrible story. That's how bad of a writer he is. He has no idea what he's doing. It's a good thing they got rid of him. It's too bad they brought in J.J. Abrams to remake Nemesis two times. And Nemesis was a remake of Wrath of Khan. So first they remade Wrath of Khan, and then the first J.J. Abrams Star Trek movie was a remake of Nemesis, which also made it a remake of Wrath of Khan. And then the second Star Trek movie by J.J. Abrams, that was a remake of Wrath of Khan, which technically makes it a remake of Nemesis, which also makes it a remake of the 2009 Star Trek. What? What is it with them in Wrath of Khan? They think if they just remake that movie enough times, that they'll accidentally make a good Star Trek movie? Well, I guess so. At least in Star Trek Beyond, it didn't kill everybody like in the first two movies. Jeez. Apparently, that's the only way you can make drama. You have to just kill billions of people. There's literally no other way. Well, I guess here on Earth that's true because literally nobody cares if anybody else dies. They just say, oh, they deserved it. They were poor. And that's why we should own the means of production. Give me an upvote if you like my ideas. Give me a downvote if you give me an upvote if you don't like my ideas too. And smash that subscribe button, because if you smash it, my number goes up. And then you can watch the number go up. You can pretend you're playing an idle game. Don't smash it, please. Just hit subscribe once. Just click on it. Okay, see you guys later.